Welcome back, beautiful soul, to the Art of Aging Backwards podcast. Today, we're slowing down into a conversation that most modern women quietly resist, but deeply crave: the sacred gestation period.
And this is the last episode of the season. And what a beautiful way to actually end it with talking about the gestation period, isn't it? Like,
Yes.
so excited for like this gestation period.
Mm. And this is the season in our womanhood where nothing looks like it's happening on the outside. Yet everything is moving, reorganizing, and forming something new within us. It's the moment in the cycle where we're asked to surrender, to soften, and trust what we cannot yet see. And the truth is, most of us were never taught how to honor this part of our feminine rhythm. We were taught to perform, to produce, to be on, and to bloom at all times, without ever acknowledging the necessary season of going inward before we can expand outward. In today's episode, Sandra and I will explore what the gestation period actually is, why so many women resist it, the emotional and physical benefits, and how to recognize when your body is quietly calling you inward. I'll also share a personal story about my own gestation period and how life gently guided me back into myself when I tried to force something that simply wasn't ready to be born yet. My invitation for you is this: as you listen, notice what part of your life is asking you to pause. What part of you is yearning to rest, receive, and rebuild? What's trying to grow in the dark, quietly, without rushing toward the light? Take a breath, slow down, and let's sink into the wisdom of the gestation period together.
Mm. So before we dive deeper, I want you to actually like explain what the gestation period is. What is it?
Mhm. So, today we want to talk about a season that lives inside every woman. And thank you, Sandra, for the question. A season most of us were never taught to name, let alone to honor. And that is the gestation period, the inner winter of your body, your hormones, and your energy. The gestation period is the quiet part of your rhythm where nothing seems to be happening on the outside, but so much is happening beneath the surface. It's where your body rebuilds, where your nervous system exhales, where your hormones reorganize, and where your deeper self prepares you for whatever your next season is asking of you. And most women have been conditioned to push through this phase to stay productive, to stay strong, to stay on, even when their body is whispering for rest. We've been taught to bloom year round, to prove our worth through performance, and to feel guilty when slowing down. But this inner winter, this gestation period, is actually where you age backward. It's where vitality is restored. It's where inflammation softens. It's where your creativity, your clarity, your intuition quietly begin to rise again. This season isn't a pause because you're falling behind, okay? It's a pause because your body is working for you. This is your repair phase, your recalibration, your foundation. And when you honor it, when you allow yourself to rest, to turn inward, to nourish rather than to push, you become stronger, clearer, and more deeply aligned in the seasons that follow. So if you've been feeling tired, tender, emotional, or simply less available to the world, if your body is asking you to slow down, If life feels like it's asking you to cocoon a little bit, you're not losing your spark. You're simply entering the gestation period, the most essential season in the art of aging backward. And let this be your permission to soften, to trust the timing of your body, and to honor the quiet transformation unfolding within you.
Mm, I love this. And I
Thank
truly
you.
feel like the gestation period like moving in me right now. I don't know
Oh,
about you, but I really do feel coming.
it's happening for the both of us, and I'm sure for all our listeners. So, this is the perfect way to end the season.
Yes.
So, Sandra, why do modern women resist the gestation period? And why is winter the most important season of the entire year?
Thank you for this question. And it's an important question to actually answer. And
Mhm.
I want to start by naming a truth that most women have never been told. And it changed everything about how you age, how you heal, and how you feel in your body. Because winter is the most important season of the entire year for women's health, hormones, vitality, and longevity. Is the only time of the year where your body is naturally rebuilding, restoring, and replenishing its reserve on every single layer physically, emotionally, mentally, and energetically. Winter is where your tissue repairs, where your hormones recalibrate, where your nervous system resets itself, and where your yin essence, which is your feminine life force, and also the foundation of your reproductive system and hormonal health, is fully being replenished. And here is the part that no one teaches us. You build your reservoir of yin energy only in winter, not in
Mhm.
spring, not in summer, not during the go, 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 go seasons of blooming and output, but only in winter. And this means that everything you experience for the rest of the year, your energy, your glow, your resilience, your emotional stability, your hormonal balance, it's determined by what happens now in this secret season of winter. But here is the paradox: most women resist winter the most. We resist to slow down, we resist pausing, we resist stillness, we resist the inward pull of our body begging us to follow. And that's because we actually been conditioned to that. We were taught that slowing down is actually dangerous, that rest means like falling behind, that softness makes you irrelevant, and that you must always be on, visible, productive to prove actually your worth in this world. So when actually like the gestation period arrive, the inner winter, your body is actually like whispering for you to come home, to rebuild, to nourish yourself. But here, like women panic, or they override it, or even shame themselves for needing it. And here I want to name like three big reasons why. The first one is like we fear of losing momentum. Women tell me all of the time, I'm scared that if I pause, I'll never catch up. Have you felt that? I probably did that. Yep, I did.
Guilty.
But the truth is the opposite. When you push through winter, you actually sacrifice your spring. Your hormones weakens, your nervous system drains, your creativity collapse, not because you actually like broken, it's because you are trying to bloom in season that is meant actually like for resting, for rooting. And the second one is we don't trust the invisible work. And
Mm.
here is important things to remember. The feminine rebuilds in a darkness. It restructures, renew, and rewire in a sacred mystery without external proof. And for most of the women in a modern world, they're actually addicted to output, to validation and productivity. And invisible transformation feels like a failure. But yet, gestation is where your deepest upgrades happen behind the scene, in the unseen. And this is where your body is reorganizing itself for your next chapter, even if you can't see it yet fully in the physical matter. And the third one is we were never modeled healthy rest. Hands up if you've been ever modeled, how to rest by your mother, your grandmother, your aunties. Have you? Definitely not. Not myself. Have you, Natalie?
No, not at all.
No. And we grew up actually watching women push through everything:
Yep.
work, motherhood, emotional labor, illness, stress,
Mm.
season. And so we inherited survival rather than actually inheriting nourishment. We've never been taught how to nourish ourselves. So
Right.
yes, of course, like rest feels unsafe for our body. And of course, slowing down feels so foreign, for our nervous systems. And of course, you feel tired, and yet you still feel guilty for needing rest.
Hmm.
But here, I want to name something really important, and there is a cost to it. Because if you resist winter, it will speed up aging. It will destabilize your hormones, it will drain your yin energy, and it will burn through all of your reserves. And when you skip winter, trust me, you will pay for it in the summer. Your energy will crash, your energy will tank, your emotion will feel heavy, your creativity will dry up, and you will blame yourself for it when your body was actually simply empty. And here is important thing for you to remember: your reserves are finite and they must be replenished accordingly. And sleep alone won't do the job anymore as you age. And this is why perimenopause hits harder for some women who actually bypass their inner winter, that bypass the season of winter, because they enter spring and summer with an empty tank. So they cannot use anything, they run on empty. So remember, winter is not optional. It's biological, it's hormonal, energetic, and it's essential for you to be well as a woman.
Hmm.
So, Natalie, let's dive a little bit more about the benefits actually of like the gestation period. Can you tell us more about it?
Okay, of course. So, this is the inner winter that so many women resist, but every woman needs. And the first thing I want you to know is this: your gestation period is not a setback, it's a strategy your body uses to keep you vibrant, balanced, and aging backward. When you enter the season of rest and rebuilding, your body finally gets the resources it needs to repair what's been worn down. Your hormones begin to regulate, your nervous system shifts out of survival mode, and your energy stops leaking in 1,000 different directions. One of the biggest benefits is hormonal recalibration. When you slow down, You give your endocrine system space to stabilize. You reduce cortisol. You support progesterone. You ease inflammation. And this is especially important in perimenopause and midlife, when the body is naturally renegotiating its rhythm. Another benefit is nervous system restoration. Think of your inner winter as a soft recalibration of your mind and spirit. This is where your body repairs the stress patterns you've carried, the overstimulation you've absorbed, and the emotional weight you've been holding. In this space, your system actually becomes more resilient. And the gestation period also supports deep emotional clarity. So when you stop rushing, the truth finally has room to rise. You begin to hear your intuition again. You notice what you've been ignoring. You reconnect with the quiet voice inside you that always knows the way forward. There's also the benefit of creative regeneration. So, just like a seed in the dark soil, your next idea, your next direction, your next version of yourself is forming here. So, even if nothing looks visible yet, your future is gestating. Your body and spirit are preparing you for your next season of growth. And maybe one of the most beautiful benefits is this: you relearn how to be in partnership with yourself. You stop forcing, you stop rushing, you stop abandoning your body in the name of productivity. Because how often do we do that, Sandra? Or have we done that?
Yep, definitely.
Yeah. Mhm. So instead, you practice honoring your inner rhythms. You practice receiving support. You practice coming home to yourself. And the gestation period restores your vitality, your clarity, your hormones, your nervous system, your creativity, and your self trust. It gives you back the inner resources you need to move into your next season, not depleted, but nourished. And that right there is the art of aging backward.
So good.
Oh, I know, right? I love the gestation period.
Me too.
So, Sandra, tell us, why is this phase essential for women? And tell us the signs you need to honor the gestation period.
Mm, thank you for that. So,
Mhm,
like we said, like before, your gestation phase is your inner winter, and this is where your entire year is built. And this is the season where your body replenishes its yin energy, the feminine life force, restores your organs and hormones. So think about your estrogen and your progesterone are being
mhm,
rebuilt in this time. Hello, if you are in midlife, you need, like this time to actually rebuild your reserves, which will carry you forward for the over phase of your life. And it also repairs your tissues and cells on a deeper layer. Hello, the super glow, like aging backwards. And it resets your nervous systems fully. It strengthens your digestion and your immunity. So you build radiance, ojah, and you like feeling so juicy and alive. It strengthens, like everything in your body and prepares your entire system for the next 12 months ahead.
mhm,
And this is why winter determines how you age. Not supplement, not workout, not productivity hacks, but winter. Let this land. Winter.
mhm,
But because we override this phase so often, we become so disconnected from the cues that tell us our inner winter has arrived. And so we override it. But here I want to share with you like few signs that actually like your body is calling you to go inward and that you really need to answer to be able to be fully like nourished, replenished, and feeling more alive than you've ever been.
Mm.
So the first one is you are tired even after sleeping. And this means that your nervous system needs rest and repair, not more adrenaline. Number two, you are more sensitive or emotionally overwhelmed. Anyone, feel like super sensitive or overwhelmed, like during the Christmas period?
Mm.
I'm sure so many women actually are feeling this way. And this is the call that actually winter is asking you to go inward, to process, to feel and alchemize everything that you actually like swallowed, absorbed during the year. So instead of pushing forward, just go inward. Number three, your digestion starts to slow down or you feel irregular. And this means that your agni, it's becoming lower and it's natural. So this will help actually the body to redirect the energy towards deeper repair. Number four, you crave warmth, slowness, softness, and this is a sign that your yin reserve needs rebuilding. I definitely feel this one at the moment. Fifth, your creativity feels muted or absent. Your fire, like your creativity, your motivation, the inspiration, it's being redirected towards internal restoration. Six, you feel disconnected from pleasure or even your body. And this is a clear sign that you are energetically depleted. So look at the signs and really like pay attention to where you're at. And here is the most important part. This rebuilding only happens when your nervous system is in rest and repair, not in fight or flight. So if you feel wired, overstimulated, rushing, pushing, or scrolling, your body cannot restore its yin reserves. And this is why even like the smallest practices can be life changing when you actually take the time to slow down and honor the gestation period. And it can even take 5 minutes. It does not have to be long. It can take 5 minutes. And this can shift your physiology on a deeper cellular level. So here I want us to practice. Just close your eyes and just place one hand on your heart and one hand on your womb. And start to breathe slowly, conscious deep breath, connecting to your body. And let it all go away, fall away. Turn off any stimulation. No phone, just you and your body. And let your body sink into the space where you're sitting. And let it return to safety. And just do that for like 2 to 5 minutes. Conscious deep breath, cycle of breath. And as simple as that, this can really help you. And if you are busy, like most people are telling us all of the time, but I'm so busy, I don't have time to slow down. You can do this during your toilet break. I've done it
Mhm.
for years when I used to work in a corporate world. And it actually works. It rewires your nervous system. So there is no excuse in here.
Mhm.
So let's remember that winter is the key moment of your entire year. And when you honor winter, you enter spring alive, fully alive, rejuvenated. You enter summer radiant. You
Mm.
enter autumn feeling resilient and strong. And you enter life feeling unshakable when things are being thrown at you. And this is how women age backwards, and how women feel younger in their 40s than they ever been in their 20s. And this is how you reclaim vitality, radiance, and your own power. Because winter is where it all builds, not any other time of the year. So, if your body is whispering for deeper nourishment, if winter is really inviting you to rebuild, and if you feel the pull to finally replenish what life has been draining out of you, message me, message Natalie, message us, on any platform directly. And we will look at exactly where your reserves are leaking and what your hormones are actually asking for, and how to rebuild your yin so you can enter the new year feeling radiant, replenished, and unshakably alive. And this conversation alone, trust me, will shift something in you.
Mm. Thank you, Sandra. Wonderfully said. And we're going to end with a personal story about me being in the lovely gestation period. And when I think about the gestation period, I can't help but remember a season where my body forced me into one, long before I even had the language for it. There was a time, not too long ago, when I was holding way too much. My caseload as an SLP was overflowing. My herbal clients were reaching out more than ever. My business was evolving and I was gaining more momentum than ever before. And emotionally, I was holding everyone. And I kept telling myself, Natalie, just push a little more. Just get through this week. You could do it. You know that story, right?
Oh, yeah.
Right, Sandra? The one women are taught to master by the time we're like 12 years old. Ugh, and then my body just literally stopped cooperating. My energy dropped in a way that I could not override. My nervous system felt thin, almost transparent. Like even one more email or one more task would send everything unraveling. And for the first time in my life, I couldn't power through it. And at first, I honestly felt like a failure. I felt guilty, behind, even a little ashamed that I couldn't keep up the pace I'd been carrying for months. But when I finally surrendered and stopped trying to force myself back into productivity, something softened within me. And what I thought was burnout was actually my gestation period. My body needed a season where I wasn't producing, solving, or holding everything together. It needed stillness to repair my hormones. It needed slowness to calm my nervous system. And it needed quiet so I could hear myself again. Not the noise, not the expectations, not the pressure, just me. And in that pause, I realized how out of alignment I had been. I realized how much I was giving without replenishing. And I realized that my next chapter, the one I'm in now, with this podcast, with my herbal work, and the business I'm birthing, needs a different version of me, a nourished one, a grounded one, a woman who honors her seasons without or instead of fighting them. The gestation period gave me that. It wasn't comfortable, and it definitely wasn't glamorous. It was quiet, humbling, truly, everyone, it was humbling.
Yeah.
Deeply emotional work. But on the other side of it, okay, I felt like my clarity finally came back online. My creativity returned. My energy rose again, but this time from a place of alignment instead of adrenaline. And that's the thing about the gestation period. You don't always choose it. Sometimes your body chooses it for you, but it always, always brings you back home.
So true. You don't always choose it, right?
You
Yeah.
don't.
Hands up. Yeah. Definitely. Like so many times this year that I had that. And lately too. Oh gosh. But you have to embrace it, right?
Oh,
Like
yeah.
you have to write it. And this is where like, clarity again comes back and you feel alive again. And
Yes.
thank you for this beautiful story. Like I really truly feel it. And I can totally relate in so many layers. We've been feeling like similar ways, like
Mhm.
as you feel something, I feel it too. We have like similar stories in those ways.
Oh,
But here I want just like to really like come back to what we shared and bring it back to you. And I want we want to hear your story
mhm,
because we've been sharing ours, but we want to hear your story. What's your story about like resting? Have you been taught how to rest? Have you been um yeah taught how to rest? Have you been like shown, like by your mother, your grandmother, like your
mhm,
aunties, like how to actually honor the gestation period without guilt? And are you allowing yourself to rest, to fully rest?
mm,
And are you bypassing the gestation period and burning yourself at both ends of the candle when actually summer comes
mm,
and think, shit, like, what happened to
mhm,
me? And blaming yourself for it. Are you actually taking stock of what you are doing in each season? This is the most important question. Are you taking stock of what you are doing in each season? Because this will determine how the next ones will feel and if you will be fully nourished or you will be depleted. So we want to hear your story because it's important. And then when you share your story, it brings way more awareness. And so you
mm.
can course correct. So
Yes.
you can share your story with us. You can comment, below if you want to, or you can send us a message privately as well on whichever social media platform you like. We love to hear from you. And we want to celebrate you and we want to know your own journey, your own story too, and honor you.
Yes. Thank you so much, Sandra, and everyone for listening. So, if you're ready to defy the rules, embody your radiance, and become more alive with every year, hit follow, like, leave us a review, and subscribe to the Art of Aging Backwards wherever you listen to podcasts. And join us inside the Art of Aging Backwards community, where the magic unfolds and transformation happens in real time. Because aging backwards isn't a fantasy, it's your birthright. And we're here to show you how. Thank you so much for tuning in, and we will see you in springtime for season 2 of the podcast. Bye, everyone.
Bye, everyone.